Hey guys, welcome to Film World. Today I'm going to explain a romantic thriller film called Undressed from 2024. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The movie opens with the scene of a runway show. Our main lead, Elle, is now seen running inside the backstage of the show. After showing the ID to the guard, she gets inside the backstage. At the end of the show, the owner of the brand, Elle's grandma, passes on the brand Margot to Elle. Later, while transferring the clothes, Elle meets Abel. Elle notices that he's very drunk and unable to keep his balance. The guard from before is helping her move the clothes to the storage room. Inside, the guard introduces himself to Elle as Ben. They then discuss their shared interest in different fabrics. The scene cuts to morning, and Ella is on her bed. Her boyfriend, Thilo, comes and wakes her up. He congratulates her for becoming the new boss. Ella is not so ecstatic because of all the new pressure. To lighten the mood, Thilo kisses her, and soon they start making love. After that, they go to freshen up. While brushing her teeth, Thilo asks her what she'll do today as her first day of being a boss. Ella is not listening to him. She's thinking about her conversation with Ben the previous night. Thilo then asks her about the finance director, Chris. He has not been attending the office for weeks. The scene cuts to Elle standing in front of Chris's door. Chris tells her that he won't be returning to Margot anymore. The scene changes to Elle attending the meeting for the first time as the head. Before they can start, her grandma Margot also joins the meeting. Elle tells them that Chris is leaving, so she is appointing Thilo as the next CEO. Ella then notices Ben in front of the meeting room, and this makes her confused. After the meeting, Thilo asks her why she didn't inform him about this decision before. He also has to work with his dad. Ella tells him that they're a team and she needs him here. After coming back home, Elle and Thilo get ready to do some steamy action when Thilo gets a call from his dad. He goes on to argue with his dad for quite some time. Elle gets up and goes to see what it's all about. Thilo assures her that he'll figure out everything. He also promises that they'll build their life together. The scene cuts to Elle trying on a wedding dress in the company. She is informed that it's a gift for her from her grandma. Ella is amazed by how beautiful the dress is, but soon her attention shifts to Ben, who's also inside the company. Elle asks him what he's doing there and learns that he's there to see Margot. Later, while Elle is in her kitchen sorting groceries, she sees Ben walking through the garden. Elle comes down and asks Margot why he was there. Apparently, he's been appointed by Margot as her bodyguard. Elle is confused, so Margot takes her inside the house and shows her a box that's filled with bloodied cloths. Someone is threatening them, and Abel swears up and down that it's not him. Elle decided to agree since her grandma trusts this guy. The scene cuts to Ben jogging in the morning. He then takes a shower in front of the guest house where he's staying. Ella comes to talk to him but gets a bit flustered seeing him shower half naked. She tells him to leave the job, but he refuses. Frustrated, Ella tells him to at least keep what happened between them a secret. At night, Thilo tells Ella that he doesn't feel good about Ben, but Ella can't do anything because Margot trusts him. Ella and Thilo make out a little bit until she goes upstairs to sleep. In her dream, Ella sees naked Ben showering. She also gets in the shower, and things get quite steamy. Ella wakes up suddenly, and Thilo is sleeping beside her. In the morning, Elle goes to the place where Ben was hired from. His trainer assures her that he can be trusted but doesn't give much information on him. Meanwhile, Ben comes to Margot's room and informs her that he has caught the guy, and he's upstairs. Back to the trainer, she's having a flashback of when she used to train Ben. One time, he almost killed another trainee while practicing. After coming back from there, Ella goes to Ben's house. She tells him that Zofia told her he'd tell her all the details about him. Ben tells her that Zofia trained him in juvenile prison. He was there for homicide. He then gives her a little device. He has installed a security system all around the house. Whenever she needs, she can call him by pushing the button. After talking with him, Elle goes straight to Margot and asks why she would hire an assassin. The next day, Elle sees Ben in the office and learns that he's there to pick a suit. Ella lusts over how good he looks in the suit. She also chooses a dress for herself to attend an event later. The scene cuts to the event, and Ella looks stunning. Thilo and her dad, Abel, welcome her. Margot also arrives there with Ben. While Ben is admiring an art piece, Elle goes up to him and they start chatting. Ben smiles, and Elle tells him to smile more often. But Ben works under them, so it's not possible to get that friendly. Hearing this, an embarrassed Elle leaves. While leaving, she gets jumped on by a guy. Thilo watches this and does nothing, but Ben comes running and drags the thug off of Elle. Later at home, Elle asks Thilo why he didn't do anything. His excuse is that now she has Ben, so there's no need for him to do anything. Ella tells him that they should rethink the marriage, But Thilo breaks it to her that she has no way out now, as his dad just bought their company. Elle can't believe that Thilo would hide it from her. She then storms off to her room. In the morning, Elle confronts Margot about this. Margot explains that she had to do this. Otherwise, all of her life's hard work would have vanished. Elle can't believe that all of this happened and no one told her about it. She walks off into the garden where she meets Ben. Ben asks her to come to his game tonight if she wants to know him better. He then tries to comfort her, and as they are about to kiss, Margot calls for Ben. After Ben leaves to assist Margot, Elle goes to the guest house where Ben's living. She finds a gun inside the wardrobe. She fixes the clothes back and leaves the house. At night, Elle is pleasuring herself while thinking about Ben. She jumps off the bed when she notices Ben leaving. Elle follows him to the boxing game. Zofia and other members are also present there. Ben gets on the ring and the fight starts. In the first round, Ben gets cornered and beaten by the other guy. But in the second round, Ben is able to give him a good beating. After the game ends, Elle and Ben return to their car. On the way, they talk about philosophy, and Ben's quite into it. After coming back home, Ben gets naked and goes in the jacuzzi. Ella watches him from her window and comes up to him. She removes her bathrobe and gets in the jacuzzi too. This is a clear sign to Ben, and he fulfills Elle's wishes. They start making steamy love inside the jacuzzi. In the middle of doing it, Elle leaves the jacuzzi and goes to her room, leaving Ben confused. Later, Ben goes inside the house and checks the security camera. Sure enough, Ella has come to the guest house the previous day and also saw his gun. Ella calls Zofia and tells her that she wants to fire Ben. Zofia then calls Ben and warns him that he has to stay there any way possible. Meanwhile, Elle meets with her dad, and they're chatting. Elle is feeling guilty about cheating on Thilo. Abel tells her that whatever happens, she can't let these things stop her from living her life. Abel then asks her about the financial situation in the company. While discussing this topic, Elle asks him whether he knew that Thilo's dad bought the company. Abel did know, and Elle gets upset hearing this and leaves. Meanwhile, Ben is practicing boxing, and he's quite agitated. His instructor reminds him again of his goal. Back at Ella, she finds a bloodied cloth on top of the desk in her office. Thilo arrives there and stops Ella from calling the police. Later, Ellie, Margot, Abel, and Thilo get together for a meeting. They decide that they won't contact the police. Instead, Ben will now go with Elle everywhere. The scene changes to Elle going somewhere, and Ben also follows her even though she doesn't want to. Elle visits her mother's grave as it's her birthday. On her way back, Ben is driving. Ben opens up to her about his crime. One day, he came home and found his mom lying in her own pool of blood. His stepfather was the culprit. Ben couldn't control himself and went at him. He didn't stop until his stepfather was dead. After reaching the office, Ella and Ben start making out in the car. But Ben soon comes to his senses and gets out of the car. Later, Ella is seen recording a video for the marketing of her company. After she's done, she leaves. Thilo also gets out but starts attacking Ben verbally. Ben holds him by the neck and threatens him. That night, after coming back home, Thilo suggests to Ella that they should leave and start somewhere afresh. Thilo hugs her, and Elle doesn't know what to do. The scene changes to Ben punching the boxing bag. Zofia tells him to stay away from Ella and also reminds him of his mission. Mick, the guy who caused a scene in the meeting, is now showing Ben the video that Elle made earlier, and he's asking about it. Mick is frustrated that Ben is not able to handle her properly. He also makes a nasty remark about Ben's past. Unable to control himself, Ben punches him in the face and breaks his nose. After Mick leaves, Zofia reminds Ben to do his job instead of wasting his time on Elle. The scene cuts to Thilo, who has also arrived in front of the training area, and he meets with Mick on the street. Mick starts punching Thilo. Thilo pulls away, and Mick asks why he's dragging Ella into this. Thilo doesn't reply, and leaves. Meanwhile, Chris is meeting with Ella in her house. He hands her some documents to give to Margot. Ella gives them to Margot, and Margot is quite stressed after seeing the documents. Thilo also comes back home. While Elle is taking care of his bloodied nose, Margot comes and tells Elle that they have to go to their other home to have a thorough meeting, just her and Margot. The scene changes to them arriving at the property. Margot tells her that they'll do the meeting with Abel tomorrow. Meanwhile, Elle is giving Ben a tour of the property. They discuss their hobbies and life until Ben asks her what he is to her. Ella still doesn't know, but when Ben starts kissing her, she can't pull away. Soon, they go from kissing to full-blown making love in Ben's room. At some point, Ben confesses his love for Elle, but Elle couldn't reciprocate. In the morning, Elle wakes up and Ben's not there. She goes to the main house, and Margot is lying on the floor, dead. Elle understandably can't comprehend what's going on. She asks Ben what he did, but Ben is also in the dark. Elle finds a button in Margot's closed fist. Abel arrives there, and they go back to Elle's house. Thilo hugs her and comforts her. He asks where Ben is, and Ben is not there anymore. He has packed his stuff and left. The scene cuts to Margot's funeral. At the funeral, Chris takes her aside and Elle asks him what was in the documents. Chris tells her to pretend to cry to not look suspicious. Chris tells her about Thilo laundering money to the Zientech clan. The Zientech clan is the one who saved his father's company from going bankrupt. Thilo notices Chris talking with Elle and starts coming towards them. Seeing this, Chris leaves after saying his goodbyes. After coming back home, Elle brings out the button that was in Margot's hand. She tries matching it to Thilo's suits, but none of them match. Instead, Thilo catches her there and asks what she's doing. Elle also doesn't know and feels lost. Elle is then seen going to the dry cleaner. She checks Thilo's suit there, and it's a perfect match for the button. Elle goes straight to her bedroom after coming back home. While sobbing, she finds the device that Ben gave her to call for him. Elle presses the button without thinking much about it. But when she looks out the window, the guest house's door is open. Elle goes to the guest house and finds Ben there. Ben admits to her that he's working under the Zientech clan to put pressure on Thilo. He explains that Bruno Zientech is his mom's cousin. He's the only one who supported him when he was in prison. Ben tells her he's sorry for everything. Elle leaves upset, and Ben goes to grab his gun. He gets hit by Mick and loses consciousness. When he gains consciousness, he sees Bruno and Mick hovering over him. They tell him that they'll kill Thilo and Elle and blame it on him. Meanwhile, Elle confronts Thilo about the button and his money laundering. Thilo admits that he wanted to start fresh, which is why he went to visit Margot, but she panicked and lost consciousness. Thilo also started panicking and ran away from there, leaving her to die. While they're arguing, Thilo gets shot by none other than Mick. Elle notices and jumps on him. Thilo grabs him from behind and starts strangling him, ultimately killing him. But before he can get any help for himself, Thilo dies in Elle's arms. Police arrive at the scene and arrest Bruno. 1 month later, Elle and Ben meet somewhere far away. Elle is thinking about letting the brand die and starting something new, while Ben is eager to find a new job and start afresh. Ben thanks Elle for saving him from going to prison again. Elle appreciates him too. While Ben is leaving, Elle tells him that she'd like to meet him again. Ben smiles and nods. That's how the movie comes to an end. To watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the videos on your screen. And don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, thanks for watching.